Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for Tales on BET Season 1, Episode 7, titled You Got Me, which we know is the song from The Roots featuring Erykah Badu. You know, if you worry about where I've been or who I saw or what club I went to with my homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me. Okay, Erykah Badu, come through with the feels. This was a good episode, but as always, first things first, how was your day today? Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy. I might put a picture of me at work today in my costume. It was a fake costume. I came as, you know what I'm saying, made up Thing 1 character, only because I forgot to order the Thing 1 shirt. I ordered the hat and the gloves, and I had like my all red ensemble. Well, no, I made up an all red ensemble because I forgot to order the dang on shirt. So more than likely it'll be a picture right here of me at work today. And I was in Thing 1 mode. I was being very mischievous. I was petty shimmying all over the office behind people. It was hilarious. So, you know, it was a really good day at work today. So I hope everyone else had a great day as well. You know, let me know what you were for Halloween. Put a comment below just saying hi. Let me know how your day went. You know, just drop a little comment. Let me know you're alive. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that. So also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You know, I love new subscribers. I have been on YouTube for, I started in April, so it's been a little over 6 months. It'll be 7 months, like April, next month, like the 12th. And, you know, I'm at 57 subscribers now. I'm very happy about that. I have consistent views. I'm very happy about that. I connect with people daily. You know, I do comment back to people and everything. So, you know, thank y'all for watching and tuning in to Jay Lee's Corner. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are a part of me. I'm a part of y'all. And, you know, let's all be blessed in this. So, let's get into this episode. The song You Got Me was or is one of my favorite songs. It is a song that when it comes on, I get to sing in Erykah Badu's part. I can imagine me singing it to my boyfriend if I had one right now, but I used to sing it to my ex. But you would have thought the episode would have been different. This episode, to me, was one of the best. The only one I can think it compares to is the one where from the that Woody McCain was on, when he tied up the girl and he faked like he was kidnapping, so he broke in or whatever. That's the only one. I think that was episode 2 or maybe episode 3. But this episode 7, yes. So the story is about basically a structured type, very dedicated type, very focused ballerina who owns a studio, and she, you know, gets up, she's making her teas and her greens and her stuff, and she's very focused on what she's doing. You know, she has her best friend. They go to her ballerina studio, and they're dancing, and they're practicing for a show they have. And you can kind of see she's either stressed or she's just not as loose as she needs to be. She's not fluent as she needs to be. She's all caught up in her head, like she's just caught up in her head and everything. And from there, we see, and her name is Angie. So Angie is about to do a photo shoot for a magazine for her ballerina company. And the photographer, Marcus, darling. Marcus is the photographer. And Marcus is played by the guy who plays Sean on 50 Cent's Power. Now, for me, that was a bit of a little petty just because y'all know how Irv Gotti and 50 don't get along, and how 50 Cent always talking shit about Irv show, and Irv show is good, so I need 50 Cent to lay off because it's actually a good show. But anyway, yeah, he is playing the character Marcus, so he's, you know, taking photos of her for a cover of a magazine. And, you know, they kind of, she's like, you know, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I'm taking pictures. And she's like, well, I like to be aware of things before they happen. So I would have known, you were taking pictures before you start taking pictures. So you can always see how she's kind of structured. She wants to be in charge. She needs to know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. And he kind of like, I'm just snapping pictures of girl, whatever. And so, after that, they end up like going on a little walk. And they're kind of just chit chatting and stuff. And she's telling him about her, and he's telling her about him. Angie and Marcus talking. And then this is after the photo shoot, actually. And then she's like, I've been just so busy trying to get this show together. I'm, having to practice. There's so much on my plate. And he's like, yeah, I figured that. So, that's why I went ahead and I published the photos for the cover. And she was like, what? Why would you do that? He's like, well, you said how busy you were, so I was just trying to help you out. My bad. And she was like, you shouldn't have did that. Whatever. So she leaves. And he like, my bad. And her thing was she just wanted to be able to approve the photos because, of course, she likes to be in charge. She wants to know everything that's going on, when it's happening, how it's happening. And he's confused, like, well, dang, I didn't mean to offend her. I wasn't trying to be pushy. I was trying to help homegirl out. So from there, she's talking to her friend on the phone. Her friend like, you didn't tell me the cover was out and it was done. You look so bomb. You look fly, girl. You look great. And she was like, I didn't even know he published them. He just out the blue did it. I don't know if I like it. She's like, girl, no, you look great. So as she's all, hair wrapped up in a scarf in her own house on the phone with her friend, she then noticed Marcus is FaceTiming her. And she's like, oh, shit. Girl, I got to call you back. And she then pulls her scarf off, fixes her hair, and gets all kind of, that natural pretty. And she was like, well, isn't this a surprise? And he was like, hey, how you doing? And she was like, what do you want? And he's like, well, my mom always told me if you offend a lady that you should go out your way to warn her back. And she was like, what's my gift? Like, how what are you offering me? And he was like, what's your address? And I was like, ding, 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 red flag. Ding, red flag. What, maybe. And this is just my honest opinion as I was watching the show, what I thought. One, me and my friend just had this conversation a couple days ago. Because, as we're both single women and we're dating, and, we date people in real life, we meet people online, and it's always a thing of, this is the rules, okay? One, you never let him know where you live. Okay. 2, you never let him pick you up from home or he pick you up from anywhere to where you have to be in the car with him because you don't know this man yet. And then 3, you never come home with that man. So when he FaceTimed her, his first question was, what's your address? I would have been like, 911. No, you can't come over. No, thank you. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, thank you. And I'm like, he really just said, what's your address? And I'm like, I just told, my friend, you don't ever let a man know where you live. So when he asked her, she just kind of got a little sly look like, oh, you want to come over, don't you? And the next thing we know, he at her house. And I'm looking like, did you invite a stranger to your house at night? Girl, that is booty call hours. So, that man could be a killer. He could be out here murdering people. We know people just can't be safe. And I don't mean to say that as if you meet someone somewhere else, they won't be a killer. My thing is, I just don't feel like you should ever let a person know where you stay, where you lay your head at, until you get to know them a little better. Now, if you've been dating them for like 3-4 months, and they know where you live at now, and they kill you, I mean, you can't stop that either. But I just feel like you should not let a person into your life too much until you get to know them first. Because everyone has that fake facade up first. But, it is what it is. So, he come over with a gift. And she's like, well, what's this? And it's like a large folder type thing. And he was like, when I was at the studio, I noticed you didn't have any art up. So, I brought you some art. And he had photos of her blown up to put in her art studio. Well, aren't you fancy, Marcus? Marcus, darling. If you don't know where that's from, you're too young, okay? If you don't know what boomerang is, a Marcus, you know what I'm saying? Miss Eartha Kitt, okay? So she's looking at the photos, and she's like, oh my God, this is so nice. And he's like, yeah, you can take some photos yourself. And then he's, he give her his camera. And he's showing her how she can take photos. He's showing her how to hold his camera. And he's talking to her because when they were walking around talking earlier, she had asked him what made him start taking photos, being a photographer. And he's like, well, yeah, you know, it's about, you know, look at, he was just talking. He was running game. He was sounding all sexy, like, you know, Shine and this thing. He ain't Shine. He is Marcus with his little beard and go, you know, he had a whole beard thing going. He just looked like, just like a little sexy chocolate thing, okay? And as she's holding his camera, focusing on what he's telling her to focus on, he right here on the shoulder, in her ear, talking slowly in his little deep voice. And, you know, he's basically seducing her, you know. And as he's talking to her, he's touching all over her body. And I mean, like, he's just caressing her and stuff. And his hands is down below where they down below at. And she kind of letting it happen. So I'm looking like, Angie, what you doing, girl? And she was listening to him talk this about how he likes photography. And he basically was seducing her with his words. People fail to realize sometimes you can talk a person out their pants, underwear, whatever, male or female. If you can tap into their mental needs. And that's exactly what Marcus did to Angie. And, you know, because he was talking to her. And then he was like, I can't remember if he said take your pants off or something. But I'm like, but she ain't got no pants on, Marcus. And his hands down to our cootie cat. And he rubbing all on her. And she rubbing all on him. And it's a whole sexual situation. Yes, you know, they got into a whole sexual situation that first night. And it was because it was his seduction in the way of how he was talking to her. The thing, you can say, I can write some stuff. Okay, I will not say it on here because it is not appropriate. But you can, I mean, people have told me, I have written things for friends to give to their person. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Zane ain't got shit on me. Let's just say that. So I completely tuned in to the words he was saying. I didn't write none of them down because I was so focused on what he was, you know, I was focused on it. But, you know what I'm saying? He got her to let her guard down. And now they all in the bed, you know what I'm saying? And he put her on the bed. And he was like, he take a pillow. I'm like, what he doing with his pillow? Is he going to smother her? What's going on, Jesus? And he takes the pillowcase. He's like, can I tie your hands up? Bondage? Marcus, what are you doing, Marcus? And he's like, you know, I want to do it so it will relax you. Relax me? You want to tie my hands up, Marcus? Okay, said Angie. So Angie, she obliged, you know what I'm saying? She let him, you know what I'm saying? She gave in. You know, he asked her to take her pants off in a seductive way. She gave in. He then laid her on the bed and said, can I tie your arms up? She gave in. And, you know what I'm saying? She gave in. And Marcus, I mean, I have to give it to him. He was very seductive in his seduction of Angie. You know what I'm saying? He touched her mind. It wasn't even about her body. It wasn't about even laying game down. He just spoke. And the words he spoke sunk in. You know what I'm saying? And then he sunk in too. So, and they had this, you know, sexual situation, you know, in all different ways. You know what I'm saying? Different positions, different, you know, everything was going on. You know, sideways, front ways, back ways. You know, all these things is going on, you know, down, low, up, high. Just, you know what I'm saying? Come on, ride that pony, ride it. And, you know, I feel like Shine, I call that man Shine, you know, because he's Shine. I'm like, Shine, what about Tasha? And I feel like Sean was saying, man, Tasha St. Patrick who? I mean, because he was all in BET in their sex scenes has, you know, it's a whole different BET now than it used to be. So they have their thing, and they both friends. She just is into it. I mean, it was just a connection of two minds. Let's say that. So the next morning she wake up and he's gone. But he texts her phone. And he's like, I cut your phone off so you could sleep. I figured you needed some rest. So she jumps up because, of course, she's late for work. So, she's back at her studio, and now she's dancing again. But she's more loose. She's more fluid. She's more, you know, she's just a little bit more free than she was before. Because he done blew that back out. You know what I'm saying? Let's call a spade a spade. And her moves, her mannerisms, even her facial expressions is just more. She had a good old release. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say what it is. And he done got her good and loose. Okay, so from there we see Angie is now on a blind date. Her best friend has set her up on a blind date with this dude, and they all see it was like a little a double date, and they're talking and everything. And as she's sitting there, we see that Marcus or someone texts her. I'm not gonna say Marcus. She gets a text or she gets a phone call, so she gets up and kind of excuses herself from the table, and she comes out like, okay, this is so nice, you're so nice, but I have to go. Something just came up, and her friend was like, her best friend name was Judith. She's like, you don't have to go. And they're like, whatever it is, can't they wait? And she was like, no, I have to go. Because when daddy calls, you run, okay? That's what happens. Or when you get your back blown out, you kind of go again to get your back blown out. So she go like, okay, I'm gonna talk to her. And Judith's like, what is you doing? You gonna go back in there, talk to that man, let him cook you some food, let him take you home, and let him blow your back out. And I'm like, little does Judith know, she trying to get Marcus blowing her back out, and that's why she's trying to leave. And Angie's like, no, he's good. He's nice, but I gotta go, girl. I got to go. And she leaves. So she gets home, and who outside of her apartment? Marcus is outside, and he has like a little suitcase. And then she's like, what's that? And he like, well, let me in, I'll show you. Strike two. Girl, he homeless. Okay? A man should never show up to your house with a suitcase, okay? Unless it's in a bag and it's a gift for you, okay? Don't you come to my house with no suitcase. It's yours, okay? I don't want to see it. I don't care what it is. But, you know what I'm saying? Guess what she did? She gave in. So, they go in, and she's sitting on the counter, and we see that the suitcase was actually a tattoo case, and he wants to tattoo her. So she's sitting up on the kitchen counter, and he was like, she's like, how do you even know how to tattoo? He's like, I know all kind of stuff. And I'm like, Marcus, you a jack of all trades? He's a damn jack of all trades. So he was like, open your legs. I'm like, what, Angie? Don't do it, Angie. Don't do it. And she's like, what you gonna tattoo on me? He was like, don't you trust me? First of all, I would have said no. I don't even know you, sir. No, I don't trust you. But she was like, yeah. You wanna know why she said yeah? Because he blew her back out the day before, and now she's stigmatized. So she opens her legs. He then gives her a blindfold and tells her to blindfold herself. You can't tattoo me with my eyes closed. It's not gonna happen. I need to know what you gonna tattoo. Because what if you tattoo your name on me and I'm stuck with it, and you putting it between my legs, sir? But guess what else she did? She gave in. So he did tattoo her. But my thing is, if you say, let me tattoo you, I'm gonna blindfold you, what would my response be? JB would be like, no sir, no ma'am, no thank you, not gonna happen. But Angie ain't me. Angie did something different. Now, he did the tattoo. The tattoo was pretty. I couldn't read what it said. I'm like, it don't say Angie because it looks longer. It was a pretty little design, like with some birds, like a little figure 8 thing. But I don't know what it said. But it was a pretty tattoo. And she's like, oh my God, it's beautiful. And he was like, it'd be fitting the canvas that it's on. Okay, Marcus, seduce her with the words and tell her that her canvas is beautiful and you want to paint all up in it. And from there, they have another sex session, and they all standing up in the room, and I'm like, BET, y'all gonna show their whole silhouette of them having stand-up sex? I mean, is this BET uncut? What's going on here? What if I had a kid with me watching this? I don't want them to see that. Like, these is real sex scenes. I'm an adult, and I'm even like, I don't know. Do I need to see this? I don't know. It's a little bit extra, but BT be doing their thing now, so this is what it is. So after their little sex session, they are now in the tub. Bravo, take baths together, get yourself clean together. And we see he greasing her scalp. I'm looking like, he greasing her scalp. Okay. So from there, they're talking, and he was like, where were you earlier? And she was like, oh, my best friend set me up on like a blind date, so we were all hanging out. And then he was like, And then she's like, yeah, he was nice, and I think he liked me. She was like, but, it was cool. And then he hopped out the tub as if she just told him she had sex with him. And she's like, what's wrong? And he was like, this is bullshit. She gonna make love to me yesterday and then go out on a date with somebody today. I'm like, Make love? I don't even know you, sir. Sir, I don't know you that well. We didn't make love. We had sex. Calm down, sir. But he like, I'm not for these games. You either with me or you not with me. And she was like, it wasn't even like that. We were just, we were all friends, just hanging out, chilling. I'm with you. Strike 3. Any man who you've only had sex with twice, who you in the bathtub with, when he hop out, because first of all, he hopped out, he could slip and fail. He didn't care. He didn't care about his own life. Okay? He's crazy. Okay? Good crazy, bad crazy, he's crazy. Secondly, when he was like, you gonna make love to me, we made love, and next, you can't make love to a stranger. Okay? No, sir, no. But, when she said, I'm with you. I'm with you. He calmed his ass down and said, I'm sorry, I was tripping. First of all, I would have been like, you was tripping. Maybe you should go home. We can talk tomorrow. But, it is what it is. So, we see them. What? Oh, so next day she's back at work and she's with her bestie, whatever. Her bestie's like, what did you leave like that for? Where did you go? Or better yet, who did you go to? And she was like, okay, I'm gonna tell you a secret. I've been, seeing the photographer who did our photo shoot. She was like, I knew you were doing something, but why didn't you tell me before? And she's like, well, I don't know. I was keeping it to myself. The girl see the tattoo on her thigh and like, is that where the tattoo came from? And he was, girl, yeah, he did it himself. Did he? Girl, yeah. So that man branded you? Yep, he sure the fuck did. That's what he did, even though Angie don't realize it. So she was like, no, I just feel like he's getting under my skin. I really like him. And, he blindfolded me and everything. And she was like, girl, okay. So, from there, she's at home in her bed, minding her own business. And she gets a text message. And I'm like, okay, she gets a text. And then we see her walking outside. I'm looking like, Angie, where you going? Is he stalking you? Is you mad? What's going on, girl? And she walk out. He then comes from out the blue, snatch her up, grab her by her neck, push her up against the wall, and just have sex with her. I'm like, BET. This is not BET Uncut. This is on at 9 p.m. Kids are still woke right now, okay? I mean, it was just good simulated sex scenes where it was just a lot. And I'm like, he really got her outside in this alley, choked up, banging her back out, banging her front out because he had her picked up against the brick wall. And my thing is, we got a house for that, okay? I'm not the one who wants to be having sex in alleys. Just no thank you. No sir, no ma'am, no thank you. And as she is into it, and they in this alley and they doing it, her neighbor walked by and see her, and she looking like, okay. And she keep walking. She was walking her dog because she really in this alley getting down with this man. So, they then now they in the house. It's another scene, and she like, I'm getting distracted by you. I don't know if this is healthy. Even when I told my best friend about this, I felt like I was telling her a secret, and I feel like if this is supposed to be a good thing, if it's healthy, it shouldn't feel like a secret. And he was like, but if it feels good, it shouldn't matter. First of all, that's not true at all. Okay, sometimes when it feels good, that's when it's not right for you because it feels so good. And it's a difference between feeling good and feeling sneaky. You know what I'm saying? Sneaky is something a little bit different. And she feels sneaky. Probably because she's out here sneaking, fucking you in the damn alley. But that's neither here nor there. So she's like, I'm just kind of getting overwhelmed and engulfed in you. And I'm kind of not working as much. I'm not focused as much. I just need to kind of get back to myself. And then he was like, oh, okay, I get it. And they kiss and stuff. Like, all right, well, I'm going to see you later. So then we see that he gets up and he in the shower. And she then picks up his camera and she snaps some photos of herself for him. As women do on their man's phone, you snap a picture here, snap a picture there, so that when they flick through they photos, they can see some things. So as she's flipping through her photos that she took of herself, she flipping and she flipping and she flipping. And it goes from being her to being somebody else. Now that's why they say when you want somebody's phone, you don't keep sliding because you don't know what you're going to see. Okay, you're going to see a dick, you ain't going to see a dick. In this case, she saw some of the females. And a lot of different photos that she was like, I'm just one of many. And so from there, she is talking to her best friend. Like, I can't believe this. It was all these women. And she's like, well, how many people was in the thread or whatever? Hundreds. It was just so many. I feel like he just used me, like I'm just one of his women. Like, am I just branded like the rest of the women are branded? You know. And she's like, well, what you gonna do? And she's like, I'm gonna break up with him. I have to. It's crazy. And she's like, yeah, that is kind of crazy. So from there, she gets a text message from Marcus, and Marcus like, I need to see you. No, I need to have you now. Come to the studio. I'm like, Marcus, didn't she tell you she didn't want to break? But, you know, her and best friend go to the studio. Now, the smart thing her ass did was she took a best friend with her, okay? Because you never go check a man by yourself. You always bring backup, okay? So, they come in, and all he care about is a damn flash drive. So, we find out the flash drive with all his photos on it is missing. And he's like, look, where's my fucking flash drive? She's like, forget all that. You done came in my life. I done let you in my house and my life and everything you are in, and you got me up here, and she's going off. You know, you done marked up my body, you know, you just messed up stuff, and I can't believe you would do that. Am I just one of many? And he was like, no, I came in your life and I gave you multiple orgasms. Marcus, did you? So he was like, you know, that's what I did. Now I'm the bad guy. But I mean, you can't make a guy be the bad guy if he gives you multiple orgasms. I mean, you can't. That's just, you know, that's a good thing to do. Unless he's making you think you're the only one, and you're not. So at that point, yes, you are the bad guy, Marcus. And he's like, you know, you grown, you made a decision, and now you mad because you can't handle it. I didn't make a decision to be with a man who was with other women. That ain't the decision I made. You said I'm either with you or I'm not. You didn't tell me being with you included me being with you and whoever else you got going on. That ain't what you told me, is what I would have said. So from there, she was like, do you even care? Like, did I even matter to you? And he was like, fuck this bullshit. I don't even care about that. Where my flash drive at? And I'm looking like, Marcus, you was all so nice in the beginning. You made her, you know, you gave her a nice tattoo. You made her some photos. You know what I'm saying? You gave her some orgasms. And now you just being me about this damn flash drive. So, then a fight ensues. She hitting him with a tripod. She's punching on him. He's like pushing her off. I mean, he didn't hit her. You know, he wasn't abusive. And then the best friend jump in it. And, you know, she jumped on his neck and he throwing her around. So stuff is scattered all over the floor. And she just swinging on him. She just swinging and hitting him. And it's a wild thing. And he kind of is blocking the shots, backing up, blocking the shots. And as he's backing up, blocking the shots, he trips and he falls. And he hits his head. And then, you know, he falls to the ground, and then blood kind of just oozes out of his head. She's like, Marcus, baby, are you okay? No, he's not, because he's bleeding from the head. He's not okay. And the best friend is like, oh my God, we gotta go. So she grabbed the tripod and she wiping it off. First of all, no. Me and my best friend, Karla, when that happens and I have to help you, first of all, no, you take the tripod. Karla's my best friend. I'm taking it after you kill whoever. I'm taking the tripod with us. I'm not wiping it off. No, I'm taking it with us because I don't know if I wiped it off good enough. But yeah, she's wiping the tripod off and she's like, we gotta go. We have to go. So she's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And he laying there just bleeding on the floor, dead. Or as we guess, he's dead. So they leave, you know. And as this is happening, you hear the instrumental of, if you worry by way. I can't even do it. But the song, you know, You Got Me is playing. And her best friend, Judith, is sitting in the car. And they're both just like, they're in shock. And as Angie gets out the car, Judith says, wait. I got you. I'm like, that's it. The song wasn't about her and that man having her. That song was about her best friend having her. Her best friend going with her to that man's place. Her best friend helping her get out of there. And her best friend wiping off the dang on tripod things her prints went on it. Her best friend got her. If you worried about where I've been or who I saw or what club I went to, our homies, don't worry. You know that, baby, don't worry. You know that you got me. Her best friend got her. And that's all that mattered. So at that point, the song made sense. Sometimes it's not about a man having you or you and that man having that connection. You and your best friend, Karla, guess what we got, girl? You got me and I got you. So from there, we see she's in her tub and she's crying because she just basically just killed someone, and then they show her opposite, and then she's at her show, and she's dancing, she's performing, and she's great. It's as if nothing ever happened. She performs, and everyone standing ovation, and she looks great. Now, the ending scene for me was a little bit confusing. The ending scene is literally flowers are delivered to her, and I completely expected for the flowers to be open in the car to say, where my flash drive at? Like, maybe he not dead, because he was laying there with his head bleeding, and he looked dead, but they ain't check for no pulse. You know what I'm saying? How do we know that the ambulance didn't come and save his damn life? We didn't know. But the flowers come. She never even looked at the flowers. But her best friend walks up, and she places the flash drive on the table. And she just looks at her best friend, and she walks away. And, Angie picks it up and looks at it, and then looks in the mirror, and then it goes off. And I'm like, I'm assuming the flash drive was maybe proof of their relationship. So now that she has it, there's nothing that ties them two together as romantically. I don't know. So that part confused me a little bit. I'm looking like, but I'm like, that could also be the whole point of the story. I got you. He wanted this flash drive. I have it. Now we have it. You have it. Do what you want with it. So, I mean, for me, it was a really, really good episode. The ending confused me a little bit, but I think it's up for interpretation to how anybody interprets it to be. It could mean that the friend had it the whole time and she didn't. It can be different things. Okay, it could be different things. But I think the point of the episode was her friend was who had her in the end. And I think that was a wonderful way to tell the story. So, that is my review of BT's Tales. So, until next time, everyone, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Remember to drop a comment below. And remember to have a good day and a good night. Peace.